We breathe all the time. It happens without a thought, in and out, a constant rhythm. This process is fundamental to our existence, but what happens if this stops? Suddenly, no more air comes in. The rhythm is broken. This is a serious medical emergency. The body's supply line is cut. This sudden stop is called apnea. It means breathing has ceased completely. The consequences begin almost instantly. Our cells depend on that next breath. Without it, a crisis unfolds within. We will see how our amazing bodies react and why every breath truly matters. Our brain is the control center. It orchestrates every thought, movement, and sensation we experience. From the simplest reflex to the most complex cognitive task, the brain is at the helm. It is incredibly active, always working. Even when we sleep, our brain is busy processing information, consolidating memories, and maintaining vital functions. It needs a constant, rich supply of oxygen. This oxygen is delivered through a complex network of blood vessels, ensuring every part of the brain gets what it needs. More than any other organ, it feels the loss. The brain's high demand for oxygen makes it particularly vulnerable to any interruptions in supply. When breathing stops, the brain is the first to know. It immediately senses the drop in oxygen levels and begins to signal distress. It is highly sensitive to oxygen levels. Even slight decreases can impair its function, leading to confusion, dizziness, and eventually unconsciousness. Even a brief interruption is critical. The brain can only survive a few minutes without oxygen before irreversible damage begins to occur. The clock starts ticking immediately for the brain. Every second without oxygen increases the risk of permanent injury or death. Its demand for oxygen is relentless. The brain consumes about 20% of the body's oxygen supply, despite being only 2% of the body's weight. The oxygen in our blood starts to fall. This happens very quickly. Within moments, the brain begins to feel the effects. Within seconds, levels begin to plummet. The brain's response is swift and severe as it struggles to cope with the sudden shortage. Brain cells, called neurons, need oxygen. They rely on it to produce the energy required for their complex functions. They need it to make energy and send signals. Without a steady supply, their ability to communicate and function is compromised. Without oxygen, their function falters. Neurons begin to fail, leading to a cascade of problems throughout the brain. Every second counts in this silent emergency. Rapid intervention is crucial to restore oxygen and prevent lasting damage. The lack of oxygen soon affects more than just the brain. It sends shockwaves through the entire body, impacting every organ and system. Our organs are highly dependent on a steady supply of oxygen to function properly. When oxygen levels drop, it sends shockwaves through the entire body. This disruption is felt deeply within our organs. All our organs need oxygen to function. The brain, heart, kidneys, and liver are particularly sensitive to oxygen deprivation. They rely on the blood to deliver it. The circulatory system is the lifeline that ensures oxygen reaches every cell. When oxygen is scarce, they all suffer. The organs begin to malfunction, leading to a cascade of health issues. The body's systems begin to falter, vital signs become unstable, and medical intervention becomes critical. A cascade of problems starts to unfold. Each system's failure puts additional strain on the others. The heart is a powerful muscle. It pumps blood around our body, ensuring that oxygen is delivered to where it's needed most. It pumps blood around our body. This continuous flow is essential for maintaining life. Initially, it might try to compensate. The heart may beat faster in an attempt to circulate the remaining oxygen more efficiently. It might beat faster to circulate remaining oxygen. However, this is only a temporary solution. But without fresh oxygen, the heart muscle itself weakens. Over time, the strain becomes too much. Its rhythm can become irregular. Arrhythmias can develop, further complicating the situation. Eventually, it cannot keep pumping effectively. The heart's inability to maintain proper circulation leads to severe consequences. This creates a dangerous internal state. The entire body is at risk, and immediate medical attention is crucial to prevent irreversible damage. If breathing stops, time is critical, but there is a window of hope. If someone starts breathing again, recovery is possible. This might be through medical help. Cardiopulmonary resuscitation or CPR can help. It keeps some oxygen moving. The goal is to get oxygen flowing again. Swift action can make all the difference. When breathing restarts, oxygen floods back. The lungs fill with fresh air. The blood picks up this precious cargo. It rushes oxygen to the starved tissues. The brain is the first priority. Every second counts in this silent emergency. Our need for continuous breathing is absolute. From the moment we are born, our first instinct is to take a breath. This act of inhaling and exhaling is something we do thousands of times a day, often without even thinking about it. It is not a luxury, it is a necessity. Whether we are awake or asleep, our bodies demand a constant supply of air to function properly. Every cell in our body performs a process. This process is essential for our survival and well-being. This process is called cellular respiration. It is a complex series of chemical reactions that convert oxygen and nutrients into energy. It is how cells create energy. This energy powers everything we do, from simple movements to complex thoughts, and for this, they need oxygen. Without a steady supply of oxygen, our cells cannot perform their vital functions. Without oxygen, cells cannot produce enough energy. They begin to fail, and the effects are felt throughout the body. They cannot sustain their functions. This can lead to serious health issues and even life-threatening situations. Life at its very core depends on this. The heart, the brain, and every organ rely on oxygen to keep us alive. The consequences of breathing stopping are swift. Within minutes, the lack of oxygen can cause irreversible damage. They are also incredibly severe. Immediate medical intervention is often required to prevent fatal outcomes. Our bodies are amazing and resilient. They can adapt to various conditions and recover from many challenges. But in this one respect, we are fragile. Our dependence on air is a reminder of our vulnerability. We are tied to the air around us. The quality of the air we breathe directly impacts our health and well-being. We need that constant supply of oxygen. It is the essence of life, connecting us to the world in the most fundamental way.